Today I'm flanked by the members of Donnie Pichosky's family, who's traveled here to South Florida to announce the increase of the reward. I'm also flanked by a friend of Rochelle Wise, who's here to participate in today's press conference. As you know, on December 10th of last year, the murdered bodies of Donnie and Rochelle Wise were located in their winter residence in the city of Hallandale Beach. Their death was ruled a homicide, and the manner was asphyxiation. The Hallandale Beach Police Department has been investigating that case since that time. We've traveled to Canada and to other parts of Florida in the furtherance of this investigation. Currently, we are still waiting on results from the BSO lab for our crime scene. We have interviewed well over 50 people involved in this case, and we are still waiting on some DNA results from the Broward Sheriff's Office. We have also worked with other criminal justice agencies throughout Canada, the United States, and here locally. Recently, we've just partnered with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to assist us with this investigation. The supervisor in charge of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Miami Field Division is here to participate in this press conference as well, Addie Villanueva. We have also used the assistance of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, particularly their Behavior Analysis Unit, as well as their crime lab. Early on, we released a video of a female that was seen in and around the Pichosky Wise home on the morning we believe that they were compromised. We have yet to have that female identified. But what we have been able to do is have a forensic artist do a sketch of that female from the home video surveillance. That is a sketch of the female. We believe the identification of this female is critical and important to this case. Reason being that early on, we knew that there were multiple perpetrators involved in this homicide investigation. We have 2 DNA profiles that are crime scene specific to the murder of Donnie and Rochelle. This DNA was introduced into the crime scene by the perpetrators. This DNA profile does not match anyone in the Pichosky family or the Wise family or anyone that would have had access into their residence, i.e. any workers, any maids, any maintenance individuals that would have been permitted into their home. The DNA profile that we collected, they are not related to each other. What we found to be very unique about the profile is that the DNA profiles are that of 2 females. Once again, I can only stress that this DNA profile is crime specific and was brought into the crime scene by the perpetrators. What we also have is that working with the FBI crime lab, we were able to recover a shoe print impression. The shoe print impression, once again, is crime scene specific and was brought to the crime scene by the perpetrators. We've reached out to the FBI. They've identified the outer sole of the footprint impression and identified it as an Adidas outer sole foot impression. And It was made in the year 2000, has been out of production since the year 2000. So that means that this outer sole was last produced in the year 2000. It's particularly, or the largest model of shoe that it was used on is a shoe that was identified as the Supernova. S-U-P-E-R-N-O-V-A, Supernova. Also, as it relates to the DNA profiles, we have submitted the profiles to what is called CODIS, which is an index of all the DNA profiles that are collected by law enforcement agencies. We have not had a match inside of CODIS. Because of Donnie and Rochelle's residence being in Canada and in Toronto, we've also submitted that to their DNA database to be compared, and we have no comparison there. The DNA profiles that we've introduced into CODIS is run daily, and in Canada it is run quarterly, and we have yet to get. What we also know is that the only item which is missing from the Pichosky Wise home is that ring that has been described belonging to Rochelle Wise, her wedding ring. It's white in color, has 5 diamonds and a half-shaped moon, and we have a forensic rendering of that ring as well. Once again, what is unique about that ring is that it has a clasp on the bottom of it, which allows it to be slid over the knuckle and then closed as it gets to the base of the finger. Rochelle had that particular ring made because of arthritis condition that she had, and the ring couldn't slide over the knuckle of her ring finger. Hallandale involved in this crime. We also believe that perhaps one of the individuals that participated in this crime perhaps is not as culpable as the other two involved. We are encouraging those that have information or is able to provide information in the furtherance of this case to please call Hallandale Beach Police Department. I will have Addie Villanueva make a quick statement. Then we're going to have Donnie's daughter and his son make a quick statement. And then we'll have Ms. Gladman make a quick statement on the behalf of the Wise family. And then we'll come back up for questions.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning. As the Chief said, my name is Addie Villanueva, and I'm the Special Agent in charge of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement here in this region. I first and foremost want to thank the family for coming such a long way to be here today, and I want to thank you, the media, for coming as well. It's a great turnout, and we absolutely can't and won't be able to do this without your assistance and having the public see what we have to say so that this case could be solved. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement was called sometime in November. The Chief called and asked for our assistance. We are currently reviewing the entire file because, as we all know, 4 eyes are better than 2. We are also participating in the analytical process of it all. So other than what the Chief had to say, I really don't have anything to add as far as the criminal investigation, but I do want to thank the Chief for contacting us, and he, as well as the FBI and the entire law enforcement community, knows that we're here until this case is solved. And once again, thank you for being here. Okay. In Spanish
We'll do it
now or
after
later?
because they're on the last.
I am appealing to the public or anybody who knows of this case to please come forward and speak to the police. Our families have no closure, and it would be a great help if we can get this case solved. Thank you. My name is Mark Pichosky. I'm Donnie's son.
Hi, I'm Sari. I am Donnie's daughter. And I just want to say that I lost my mother to cancer 7 years ago. My father was a lost man until he met Rochelle. This was both of their second chance at love and happiness. But on January 9, 2013, this second chance was torn away. As horrible as we all know murders are, we never think it would happen to someone we love. Over the past 12 months, we have learned to live in a new reality. The sun comes up, the birds may be singing, but for our family, every day is a nightmare. Our father, grandfather, was murdered. That's crazy. We have no peace. We have no closure. We have no understanding of why this has happened. I still have nightmares. I can't put aside what happened to them and have no chance of moving on. Nothing in our lives is normal anymore. When someone dies of natural causes, people often say it was God's will. When someone's life is taken by murder, one can only blame the murderer. We have no closure. The only thing I do know is that my family was robbed of their last living grandparent, who could have lived to see his grandchildren get married, could have been there for family birthdays, anniversaries. But now that was stolen from me and my family. We will not have our father, grandfather there. It's just not fair. Donnie was a very special person, not only to my family, but to the community as well. He went weekly to visit the elderly and sick. Even when he was down in Florida for the winter, he always took a couple hours every Friday to call his group of people back home to see how they're feeling and wish them well. This special man was killed. He was my dad. And you only get one mom and dad in your lifetime, and mine was taken from me. My father was only 71 years old, and he had many years to live and enjoy with his wife and family. So at this time, I would like anyone who has information concerning the death of my father Donnie and his wife Rochelle to please find the strength and conviction to do the right thing and come forward and tell the police what you know. Any information not only will help our family to peace, but you as well, knowing you have done the right thing, an honorable thing. May God bless those individuals who have the strength to come forward, and also those people who are working so hard to put the death of Donnie and Rochelle to rest.